Hello everyone, my name is Roman Kornev and you are on a channel about professional trading. If you are just starting to learn about the financial market or already have experience but are dissatisfied with the results, subscribe to my channel because every week for 3 years now I have been making my episodes and showing reversal points directly on the chart in the Metatrader platform so you can earn together with me. We will also discuss the currency pair that is best to trade with my trading robot, as well as which economic news this week might lead to a possible fall in the dollar and a rise in gold. Although, if you have been trading for a long time, you know that the economic calendar does not contain news about gold. Nevertheless, there are some news items you can focus on to understand when to profit from gold, and right now I will talk about that. So, let's begin. Before we discuss the news that will affect gold, let's look at the gold chart from a technical analysis perspective. And what are the reversal points here where you can profit even without news? In the previous episode, I talked about reversal points from support lines. The price hasn't reached them yet, so I am keeping these reversal points. Let me draw it directly on the chart. Look, the first line is 29.56, and the second line is 20.29. If the price reaches these levels, there will most likely be a bounce upwards from here. You can buy and make a profit. How to do this? Open an account using the link in the description of this video. Open a brokerage account and fund it. And right here in the top left corner, there are two buttons, buy and sell. That is, when you have a reversal point for buying and you are confident that the price will rise, you press the buy button, a trade opens, the price goes up, and you profit from the increase. The same applies if you expect the gold price to decrease. You can press the sell button, sell gold, and profit from the decline. Now let's discuss economic news. As we know, gold is traded against the dollar. Therefore, it's not hard to guess, although not everyone pays attention to this, far from every trader, that news about the dollar can significantly affect gold. Therefore, you must definitely track strong news about the dollar if you are trading gold. Let's see which news this week will affect the dollar. Look, on Thursday, March 27th, there will be news. The gross domestic product in the USA, and the previous value was, and it is forecasted. What does this mean for us as traders? It means that these are bad news for the USA. At the moment the news is released, the data will be confirmed and seem worse than forecasted. This means that the dollar may weaken significantly at the moment the news is released. And this means that the gold-dollar pair may rise, meaning there are seemingly no good news for gold. But due to the bad news for the dollar, this could lead to a rise in gold. Let's look at the chart again. If the price at the moment of this news release is around the support line, right here around the price of 29.56 or around the price of 29.29, this means that technical analysis will suggest that gold may rise. And if at this moment news comes out that could also lead to a rise in gold, it will be a double signal for gold to rise. Therefore, if you are looking to enter a gold rally, pay attention to this news and to the price that will be near the support line. Also note that the price recently surpassed the historical price of $3,000 per troy ounce, and if the price at the time of this news release is near the resistance line, then it's not a very good moment to enter a gold rally, because near this line a bounce back is likely to occur, that is, a decline in gold, but it may be short-lived. Therefore, pay attention to the support and resistance levels. They are very important. Sometimes they are stronger than even the news itself, than the impact of the news. But if the price at the time of the news release is outside these support and resistance levels, then similarly, one can calmly expect gold to rise if the dollar decreases. Now let's look at other currency pairs, for example, euro-dollar. The dollar is also subject to this same increase when the dollar is weak, meaning the dollar will go down, the euro-dollar will rise. Therefore, here is a support line. This is a mirror support line. I also talked about it in the last episode, but it hasn't yet fulfilled its potential. Therefore, the quote 105.316 remains relevant for buying the euro-dollar. And if at this moment news about the dollar comes out, it will double the signal strength. So we keep these signals. Let's look at other currency pairs that can also be profitable. Look, the euro-pound is in a slightly downward trend, although I would rather call it a downward sideways movement. And here there is also a reversal point for trading. Manually, this is a resistance line. If the price approaches this line, you can sell here and profit from the decline. I also remind you that if you are just considering the ruble trading on the stock exchange, be sure to go through my basic video, a beginner's course on trading, which I provide for free when you open an account and make a deposit through my link in the description of any broker. So take advantage of this to lay a good foundation, seize the opportunity, and contact me via the link in the description in Telegram. I will explain how to get the course for free. As I already mentioned, the euro-pound currency pair is in a slightly downward sideways trend, so it's best to run my trading robot on it. You can try running it right now in both buy and sell modes simultaneously. Let's even measure the sideways trend range, volatility. The range is approximately around 1000 points. This is not much, which is good, meaning that when there is a small range of volatility, it allows the robot to earn better. Here I see very good correctional patterns, so to speak. Yes, after each movement there is a good correction, movement, correction, movement, correction. This is exactly what is needed for the Fly Dynamic trading robot. And if you haven't used my trading robot yet, be sure to contact me via the link in the description and I'll tell you how to get it for free. It so happened that several reversal points I provided last week have not yet worked out, but they remain relevant and are gaining strength, you could say. Therefore, the currency pair British pound to Japanese yen also has good potential for a reversal point. Here at the top, I marked it on the daily chart, so of course the price will take a long time to reach there. But when it does, be assured that it is very likely to reverse here. So we are keeping this reversal point. Well, if the price goes down, there is also a support line and a reversal point for buying here. Another currency pair that I would recommend you to consider for fans of mirror lines, support and resistance. That is the currency pair Australian dollar to US dollar. It has just bounced back. Look, you see it bounced off the support line. Here was the first one. The first reversal here was this touch, the second one, and now the price is moving towards this support line again. It might bounce back in the short term, but that's not what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to say that when it breaks through, let's look at it on the M5 time frame. In such cases, it often happens that when the price breaks through this line and then returns back, a mirror resistance line is formed here. And when the price reaches it, you can sell from there and profit from the decline. This is very convenient. Why? Because we are in a downtrend. If you've ever heard the expression, the trend is your friend. Yes, it means that it's best to sell in a downtrend and buy in an uptrend. Therefore, this is a turning point from this very story. Make a note, first of it. Set a reminder. I am sure I will tell you in future episodes how we can profit from this. But if you want to save your time on analysis and searching for turning points, be sure to subscribe to my VIP channel, where I publish selected turning points with analysis, charts, support and resistance lines, showing how I trade myself, so you can understand where these turning points come from and how to trade more accurately and profitably in the market. Be sure to subscribe, message me on Telegram, and I'll explain how to get a subscription. And finally, let's take a look at the currency pair, British pound to Swiss franc. There is an interesting situation here. The price has already touched the support line 3 times. By the way, this pattern slightly resembles a head and shoulders, but in reality it's not a head and shoulders, it just resembles one. What I wanted to say is that possibly when the price approaches this line in the near future, there will also be a rebound upwards and you can profit from the rise. But this will be a short-term signal, most likely on the M5 time frame. I want to say here that a similar situation is like on the previous currency pair I showed, when the price can break through this line and then it might return to it again. And here there will be a mirror reversal point for selling, a mirror resistance line. So those who understand, set an alert here so you don't miss it and you can profit from this. You can also profit from other news that will come out this week and not just from gold. Naturally, to not miss the news on which we earn, subscribe to my Telegram channel. There, 30 minutes before the news is released, I notify everyone and we earn together on important economic news. These are the signals for this week. I wish everyone a successful trading week. Trade with pleasure. Goodbye, everyone.